Please hang up and try again.
Hi YouTube, I'm just going to do a quick video on reviewing the Magic Mouse with the Mighty Mouse. The only reason I'm using this as a comparison because I actually only had just the Magic Mouse before, the Mighty Mouse beforehand. During this video you will hear me say Magic Mouse, Mighty Mouse, Mighty Mouse, Magic Mouse, so bear with me. I recently got this Magic Mouse from with my order of my 27-inch iMac. A personal preference, I do like the Mighty Mouse because it is chunkier, it's more ergonomic, as in it sculpts to your hand a little bit better. I wouldn't say in the most perfect way. A lot of people do say that the Logitech range is actually a lot more ergonomic, but for Apple purposes, you know, this is the Mighty Mouse is much better for ergonomics. If you suffer with hand cramp and such, the Mighty Mouse is much better. Whereas the Magic Mouse, it's slim, slender, but if you use it for a certain amount of time, you do suffer from hand cramps. It's not great, but you know, use it in moderation. Another feature that a few people don't particularly like about the new Magic Mouse is the fact that there's no expose buttons on the side, customize settings on the side, which I was a big fan of. I did like that a lot. But then, you know, a lot of people can say that with this particular mouse being multi-touch in a sense, it's a lot better for the scrolling from side to side. But you would set up hot corners for the expose. You know, I don't know. There's many different things you can use the hot corners for, rather than using the two buttons. But either way, you know, it's still workable. Yeah, I wouldn't say it doesn't stop you from doing certain things. I thought I'd also mention that the two-finger swipe thing, it's not the easiest thing to do on here. It's if you use a mouse in a certain way, if you're left or right-handed, I think probably a left-handed you probably have a better time in the finger swiping, but for right-handers, it's not exactly the best. That little motion is it's not something you're used to doing. You're obviously used to doing it with one finger, but if you're doing it with two, it doesn't feel natural. So I wouldn't say that's the best invention that Apple have done. Plus, there's certain instances where you don't need to do the swipe. A quick find and click to get you to the next page is a lot easier and a lot faster. Maybe it's something to get used to. I'm not sure. Connectivity issues. I have had a few issues where I've switched that off, and it does take a long while for it to actually reconnect to the machine. Sometimes even a reboot would reconnect it to the machine. I have had that problem with this mouse in the past with my laptop, but you know, over time it worked out quite well and it pairs up correctly. So maybe something similar with this particular situation.
I'm just going to show you the software side of things when it comes to the Magic Mouse. In System Preferences, you'll have a little mouse icon. Just click on that, and you get these options on the side here. You've got tracking, scrolling, double clicking, and stuff. That's standard on all mice and stuff. But here for Magic Mouse, you've got a nice little video clip that shows you what you've changed. So if you scroll over, you don't have to click. You can if you want to, but you can just scroll over what you want to change and what video you want to see. You'll see the demonstration here. So if you want to check if you're a righty or a lefty, you can select from right to left to scroll with momentum. You get a nice little demonstration here of the video, and also circular motion as well as up and down, which is quite nifty. Screen zoom. Not all keyboards are like that though. I've noticed with my keyboard doesn't actually have the control on the outer touch, but I think that might be an American to English design, because mine doesn't look like that. And two-finger swipe. I'm not a big fan of that. It doesn't seem to work well for me. I've tried it with photo software and such, and I find it quite unnatural to move your fingers in that sort of sense, holding onto the mouse and swiping with two fingers. It just feels a bit odd, and also you get the nice little battery level here, which is quite nifty. Right. So I'd say out of the new Mighty Mouse, Magic Mouse, and the new Mighty Mouse, obviously if you get confused with saying which one is which I do quite a lot, I'd say this is very sleek, it's very nice, it's a sexy design, although I must admit I do want to draw your attention, I've only had this for about a couple of weeks and already there's some wear and tear. You're probably not going to see it, but there's some wear and tear on the actual black markers there. You can see it kind of there. So after a couple of weeks it's already sort of showing some sort of wear and tear. Obviously it wasn't properly tested, but it all depends really if it's going to be a major flaw later on. It's almost like the mouse has like its own high heels and you're going to have to go down to a shop to get it re-healed. I don't know, it's a bit daft. But if that's happening to the black finish, then what else is going to happen to the silver finish? It's going to desexify it. Well, we'll see over time. But I've always kept this one to hand because I've had this for a good few years. It's obviously showing some wear and tear, some scuffs and such, but it still works. So if you have an old mouse and you want to try out the Magic Mouse, it's a lot of money to try and test it. But if you've got more money than I was going to say more money than sense, which I'm not going to say. If you've got quite a lot of money and you're quite happy to pay out for it, give it a try, see what you think. I think you get like a 14-day trial or something, and you can always take it back. There's always that. But I'm still a fan of the Mighty Mouse. I'm still yet to try the Logitech design. They're meant to be far more ergonomic and a better type of mouse. But for the time being, I'm quite happy using my Magic Mouse. Mighty Mouse. No, Magic Mouse. You know.